from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I moved to New York for school in '03. I went to St. John's University. Came up here for music. I didn't have family or anything like that. I just came up here because I wanted to be close to the music scene.
All my favorite rappers were from New York, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely East Coast based, my whole sound, with the culture of the South in it, I think. But the sound is East Coast. How did that happen? It happened because my favorite rappers was, Nas and Jay and Pac, and all these guys had a real East Coast influence style. Matter of fact, I got a rap. It goes, they say I'm the down South Nas, the East Coast Pac, the Carolina Andre, the Vietnam Kanye. So I think those four people is a good representation of the type of artist I am, with just a splash of Jay-Z. You like how I only use the greatest niggas, right? I graduated with a high-ass GPA, probably a good resume as far as internships and shit like that. And all my friends was going to get 9-to-5s, but I knew college was enough, took up enough energy away from the music. Now that I was done with that, I was like, yo, if I get a 9-to-5, like the rest of my friends, it's a wrap. I folded, I gave up, so I just told myself I can't get a 9-to-5, I just gotta do little side hustle jobs, $9-10 an hour. It was like creatively, I was in the right space, I was doing, the right things. But, when you don't have no money coming in, when you're just trying to pay the rent, it's kind of hard to, to focus on making music when you got all these other things to worry about. You got rent, you got food, gas, shit like this. So that was the hardest part, was just juggling the creative side with the financial side, trying to pay my bills and stay in my apartment, and still chase his dreams. I think that's why a lot of people probably quit, and don't make it, because it's scary, to think that I'm up in New York City by myself, not making enough money to feed myself, but yet I want to chase his dream. You just gotta, stick it through. Jay-Z heard this song I had called Lights Please, and from what the story's been told to me, he heard the song, and was just like, yo, like, what the fuck is this? Who is this kid? And I guess it's just how shit happens with Jay, man. I got a call the morning of, and it was like, yo, today's the day, Jay wants to meet you. And then, so I flew out from my bill collecting job, rode out to the city as fast as possible, and had the meeting that day, man, and then the rest was history from there. If you're on a basketball team and you want to play for a coach, or if you want to get drafted by a coach, I would want to play for a player coach, somebody who's played the game, they know it inside and out, and they were great. So that's the pros. Jay is, he's seen the game from the bottom to the top. He did it bigger than everybody else. To me, the only con was shadow-wise. That's a big shadow to live in, like this big boots to fill. Are people gonna try to compare my shit, my career to like what he's done, and can I really one day be the best or be considered the best if I was signed to the best, you know what I mean? Think of a Roc Nation deal in terms of more like a partnership. Like back in the days, the labels wasn't going hard to get you shows, set up your shows, get you endorsements. Now the label they have a vested interest in all that stuff, so they're gonna go harder for that. So let's say I come out, God forbid I flop. I think it's gonna ever happen. I hope not. But they wouldn't be so quick to shelve me. With this deal, at least they'll throw me out on some shows and try to milk as much shit out of me as possible. So at the end of the day, it works out better for the artist and the label, I think. You know what I'm saying? More like a partnership. Right now, we're finishing up my second mixtape called The Warm Up. The first one was The Come Up that came out in '07. A lot of them joints are from '06, '07. The second mixtape is called The Warm Up. A lot of original joints on there from me, produced by me. I just want to tell people out there, like, any upcoming artists, anybody struggling and is thinking about, possibly stopping it. Because I know people, man. I know people that this is what they love, this is their passion, but they never made it. And I just want to tell them, like, let me be an inspiration, to you, and let you know you can do it, man. If you believe in yourself truly that you have the talent, you can do it. No matter how broke you are, no matter how bleak the situation might seem, you can do it, man. Like, everything falls into place when you have faith, in yourself. And that's that, man. Warm up.